Hey guys, it's Kat, and today I'm going to be talking about my expectations for pregnancy versus the reality of it. Or things that I thought that weren't necessarily true, things just kind of like that, along those lines. Now if you didn't know, I am no longer pregnant. I am a new mom, which would be why I look like this. And that'd also be why my background's a little you know? So let's just go ahead and get into this. Okay, so I always heard how great it is to feel your baby kick inside of the womb and just how like magical of a feeling it is. Like, can't really describe it besides like little flutters and things like that. Well, yeah, that's true, but also sometimes it can feel like there's literally something inside of you trying to break out and it can hurt really bad, and I just didn't realize that. I didn't realize how out of control you could feel of your own body. That's pretty broad too, because it's like not only the weight gain, the increased hunger, the cravings that can absolutely control you and drive you mad, the sleep, the fact that there's actually a person inside of you, growing, moving, you know, you're just their home. It's just a whole lot of out of control that you can feel, let alone the emotions and stuff. I didn't realize how hard maternity clothes would be to find. So like I expected that like all maternity clothes would fit me well because like, I don't know, because I struggled to find clothes that fit me well before, let alone being pregnant. You're still an awkward body shape, size, you just have a bump now. I didn't realize how not glamorous it was. So I just thought it was like this beautiful thing and you just be so thankful and happy all the time. I like expected myself to be that way, and I didn't realize that you can feel absolutely disgusting. So my daughter was born at the end of August, so I went through all summer with a very big belly. So I was very sweaty and just gross all the time. Plus, how painful it is and like how emotional and stressful things can be. Yeah, not entirely glamorous all the time. Here's a deeper one. I thought that before, if I ever were to have a baby, it would just fix all my problems. I don't know why, and I feel like this is a common misconception because like relationship, family, my personal issues like insecurities and stuff. And actually before I got pregnant, I had kind of just like dealt with all those. I was fine. But like prior to me being fine, when I wasn't fine, I thought that having a baby would fix it all. And no, not really. But honestly, no matter how many people told me that, I never believed them. So if you're watching this and you feel that way, you're probably not going to believe me. Self-promo real quick. I have a video on my thoughts on teen pregnancy as a pregnant teen. I'll link that in the eye. But that also goes for anybody unprepared or just like, I mean, I know you never can be fully prepared, but just in general. I'd say watch that before trying to get pregnant. I knew pregnancy would be uncomfortable. I expected that. What I didn't expect would be how uncomfortable and in the ways it would be uncomfortable. Like, just such weird places would be uncomfortable and I'd have such weird pains. It would make no sense. Like, right in between like my leg and like the birthing area. I don't even know what it's called. Like your upper thigh, but like kind of in the crevice of it, you know? Man, I don't know what that's actually called, what that area is called. But I would get such bad muscle pains. Like, it would feel like I pulled something when I didn't. Like, I thought I would just be uncomfortable as far as my belly, or like my back, or like my boobs. I didn't think a lot of weird places would be. I expected whenever I got pregnant to be able to have just this perfect, healthy, balanced diet because I'd have a reason to. Little did I realize, I did not have any control over my cravings. Now maybe that's not the way some people are, but like I naturally kind of like get random cravings aside from being pregnant. Then being pregnant, it would be like I would need that food. Whatever it was, I would need it. Like it wouldn't be an option. And if I tried to like kind of just curve the craving or something else, it would make it worse. And I'd get hangry, like really hangry. I also didn't realize how much food could like affect the way you feel and act, and like even all the way down to emotions, which I know that's normal when you're not pregnant, but like I just realized how heightened that was when I was pregnant, because I mean I wouldn't even realize it was food that was the source of my anger. I always thought that I'd get this amazingly strong motherly instinct when I got pregnant, and like get all these senses about things, and no. Nope. I mean, I don't even know that I have a motherly instinct now. Like, when my daughter cries, my neck will be like, immediately. But I don't know as far as motherly instinct. I guess I can kind of tell the difference between her cries, but that wasn't a motherly instinct thing. That was just I learned it. I don't know. Depends what you consider motherly instincts. I'm just not as connected to her and, like, in sync with her as I thought I would be. I didn't realize that I would feel so crazy brained. Like, I would never be able to stay on focus with my thoughts. And now I can, now that I've had her. But, like, there's just too much going on. Like, I'd be able to if it was, like, quiet and there's nothing else interrupting my thoughts. But, like, nothing would be interrupting my thoughts, and it would just, like, I wouldn't be able to think about anything. I wouldn't be able to word it. I just didn't know, like, how to put what I was thinking into words. Like, sometimes I wouldn't even know what I was thinking. It was just like, poof, it'd be gone. There's nothing going on in my brain. I originally expected myself to nest as far as physical things because I'm already a very want everything perfectly organized type of person. I wouldn't necessarily say OCD because I don't like when people say OCD about, like, just cleaning things, because that's not what OCD is. But I have been told that I do have OCD, but I've never been officially diagnosed, so that's not the point. But I didn't realize that you could, like, emotionally nest. Like, people in your life, things you do, like social media. I deleted my Snapchat before my daughter was born because I wanted to downsize on social media because I was, like, nesting. That is a physical thing, but it was, like, because of emotional reasons. I didn't realize how hard it could be to move around with your big old belly. Because, like, I couldn't use, like, my core muscles to pull myself up because it would, like, hurt, or I'd get, like, weird, I think, round ligament pains. And, like, so if I was laying down, I'd actually need help getting up. It was really weird. Like, even, like, immediately right after I had her, I could sit up easier. And, like, my stomach was sore, everything was sore. Like, I don't get it. I feel like when I got pregnant, I lost all muscle. I'm sure there's a ton that I'm forgetting about, but lastly, I assumed pregnancy would change my perspective on a lot, but I didn't know how in-depth that would go. I became a lot more open-minded and level-headed, a lot more understanding, and that's changed even now as I'm a new mom. I've become even more so. Just, like, about decisions and things like that, I was so stubborn and just thought I knew what I was talking about. And, like, especially the controversial topics, I used to be so passionate about whatever side I believed in, and now I'm like, oh, I'll hear you out. Like, oh, okay, I can respect that. I'll agree to disagree. I used to put my, like, comments into things when my opinion wasn't asked for, and, like, even if it is, it's just, like, pick and choose your battles, I guess. And it's like I've gotten better at learning when to just walk away. Or on, like, social media, click away. Basically just learning what was, like, worth my breath on or my energy as far as disagreements or something, and what's not. The reason I waited till now to film this was because I was trying to gather all my thoughts and get my final expectation into reality thing into it, but I didn't do it right away after I had my daughter because honestly I had other videos I needed to film and it just wasn't my priority. And what is going on with this hair? But everything I've said was wrote down while I was pregnant, and I'm going to read a message I wrote in here because I worded it better in here than I'll be able to reword it. Being pregnant is a beautiful gift. However, that does not mean it isn't hard. I feel like people don't talk about the hard parts of it because they don't want to sound ungrateful for the fact that they did get pregnant when so many struggle. I definitely felt this way because I had such an uncomplicated pregnancy. I felt guilty forever complaining, but even though I had an uneventful pregnancy, I was still constantly worried, and it was still hard, let alone those who have it any worse. I am actually scared to have another baby due to the fact that I don't want to have any worse of a pregnancy. It is so over-glamorized. Again, don't get me wrong, being able to get pregnant is such a blessing. That does not mean being pregnant, growing a baby, and delivering a baby any easier. It just makes it more worth it. And I second that now. Like, honestly, I have said that I wanted another baby, like, not anytime soon, once I'm more prepared, obviously. But I'm so scared because it's like things went, not like perfect, but nothing ever goes like perfectly as planned, like perfectly imperfect, you know? And so I'm so scared for it to go any worse. I'm probably forgetting a ton of things that like people expect from pregnancy, but that's not the reality of it. I've even seen a ton of pictures like that, but those are the ones that just stood out to me the most, that I remembered enough to write down. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.